Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariya. This channel is about spirituality and energy. Please subscribe below so we can be YouTube friends. In this video, we're talking about my November energy update. What are the up-and-coming energies of the month, what you should expect, what you should beware, all of that and more in this video. Now, for those of you sensitive souls out there, you may have started feeling the energies of November. If you are one of those very special souls, please drop me a comment just so that I see you and that I know you're there. What I am seeing for the month of November is they're showing me an ice rink. And it's a person skating and it's hyperspeed. And then the person starts to fall. And there's this fear of like, oh my God, I'm falling. But then on the other end, the universe catches that person. And instead of falling face flat on the ice the way that they expected, they're just being held by this cloud of goodness. And that is what November is going to feel like. If I were to give November a name, I would dub it the month of unexpected events, curveballs, and blessings. That pretty much sums up the energy of November. November is going to be very fast-paced. It's not going to be the chill, relax kind of month. It has a lot of the energies of air. So communication is going to be very, very strong. You're going to want to be out there. You're going to want to share with people. So for those of you that are seeking to be on social media, seeking to share your message with the world, November is actually a really, really good month to get started on that YouTube channel. Join our wonderful community over here because you would notice that there's just that inspiration that comes from above. And it's almost like they're showing me like golden sparkles that are dropping into like people's auric fields, but really it's through their crown centers. And it's really, really beautiful. I haven't seen anything quite like that. So you may feel inspired in the month of November in the way that you usually are not. And specifically, it's inspired to share, to create, to get out there, to all of a sudden be seen. There is usually a lot of hiding, to be honest, in the grand human collective. We all are so afraid of judgment. We all are so afraid to show our faces, and especially to speak our truth, especially when our truth can be a little bit out there. It can ruffle some feathers. The month of November is really good for coming out, for all kinds of comings out. Whether, and especially if it is something that is really aligned with why you came. So you're going to feel very courageous to finally, be in front of the camera or be in front of the people and speak your truth. So beautiful, beautiful energies from that perspective. So again, very fast-paced, very air, right? That means that communication, our throat centers are going to be really, really potent. You may notice in interpersonal relationships, it is easier for you to uphold your own boundaries. Boundaries, actually really interesting, comes as one of the front and center topics for next month. You may be faced with certain scenarios in your lifetime that show you where you are lacking boundaries, where new boundaries need to be established. And the energies of November are really conducive for you to build those up and communicate them to the people in your life quite effectively. So a lot of empowerment energies coming through in November, and I really, really love that. Rapid change, rapid pace. It literally would feel like every couple of days, the energies completely shift. And not so much a roller coaster, but a lot of forward momentum. So I definitely see this one is almost like we're rising up. That's what it feels like. It's like going uphill, but going very fast. Almost like it's like we're sledding up the hill in the best way. And it actually feels optimistic. Some of you are going to see light at the end of the tunnel in the month of November the way you haven't in a while. That is beautiful, you guys. Some really nice heart-opening energies, like some little heart-opening portals, almost like pockets of reality. And they bring about in the moment healing. That's kind of really, really beautiful to witness. It's almost like they're like Easter eggs, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're going about your life, not really expecting anything fantastic to happen or anything out of the ordinary to happen. All of a sudden, you come across this pocket of energy that just is here to clear up your emotional body. And it's like the balm for your soul or the balm for your heart. And then you may notice that certain grievances that you've been holding on to, certain wounds that have been just in your aura for years, all of a sudden are here to be cleansed, and that cleansing and that release is instant, and it's almost pleasurable. That is actually a very, very beautiful thing to witness. Because the month is fast-paced, you're going to see, witness, and experience a lot of change, a lot of shift. Some people may all of a sudden come into your life. Other people may leave. It may happen. Unexpected trips, actually, for a lot of you in the month of November. A lot of them are quite fun. Being reunited with the people that you haven't seen for 10 years is also coming up for the group that's going to watch this video. So really quite exciting. And those are good meetings. Like, those are good relationships that are being rekindled. It's almost like coming back to your tribe in a way. So that feels very beautiful. Now let's talk about curveballs. Let's talk about surprises. Let's talk about the unexpected, because November certainly has those energies. If you think that you know how your November is going to go, think again. Because you can make plans, you can do the things, and November will still surprise you. It's just one of those energies that is really hard to control. It's not meant to. You're meant to be a witness and an observer more so than somebody who's trying to control your destiny. And again, in the month of November, it's really not going to be that hard. There will also be those pinprick moments, is how I would best describe them, where you, like, in the moment, you'd catch yourself thinking, like, oh my God, something is about to go down, something is happening, and it's going to put me through a lot of discomfort. And then you would notice that the universe really catches you on the other side. So it's almost like, I would call it also the month of blessings in disguise, where a circumstance may come into your life and it may feel in the moment like something that's not very positive. It may feel like something that is inopportune, but very quickly the tides are going to shift and you're going to see why that is actually a really, really fantastic thing. Or some of you may experience almost like a fear of a particular outcome, and then it's going to feel like the outcome is about to transpire, and then the energies are going to shift last minute. And it's like the winds of change. Like, it's, again, that wind, it's that air that's very rapid. Again, a lot of good saves in the month of November, so a lot of good feelings because of that. I would say emotionally, it's a very delicious month. It's a very tasty month, the month of November. Of course, there is that, that time with family, especially for my American viewers, but it goes above and beyond Thanksgiving. There's just something about connections with people that are going to feel very nurturing. And even the friends that you've had for some time, there's something about reuniting in the month of November that's going to feel particularly delectable. It's like the conversations are somehow deeper. The emotional exchange is somehow more profound. The communication is multi-layered, and it's just going to feel like there's a lot in a good way. In the month of November, it's going to be a very stimulating month for all of your senses. If you are seeking to get rapid movement on the projects, the month of November is really, really a fantastic time to make a lot of progress. It almost feels like you can move 2 times faster in the month of November than you normally can. Again, that analogy with like skating on an ice ring, where the skates just carry you forward using the momentum of your body and the weight of your body to just propel you towards new heights. So really beautiful energies, to be honest. Let's talk about the blessings and the curses of the month. Let's start with the curses. They're not really curses, just so we know, but what are the less optimal energies of the month? And fantastic, but it's almost like hard to pinpoint the bad stuff in the month of November. Yay. That's amazing news, you guys. Rapid change is not for everybody. Not gonna lie, rapid pace is not for everybody. This is not really a month to withdraw, to go into your cocoon, to start hibernation. This is not yet. The energies are very, very active, which could be a blessing and a curse. And it will feel like everything is happening all at once in the month of November. For instance, it may feel like there's a lot of stuff that's happening at your job. There's a lot of things with familial obligations, like family obligations and family expectations are also going to come front and center. All of a sudden, it could be like, okay, like kids have this at school. I need to help my mom. Why is everything kind of falling on my shoulders all at the same time. There's a little bit of that overwhelm, especially towards the middle of the month. There is, and by the way, on top of everything else, stuff may be going in your home, stuff may be going on with your friends. There are, frankly, the elections, again, if you're living in the United States, the soup of happening is going to be quite strong. So just breathe. If you're starting to feel like you're getting overwhelmed, know that nobody's perfect. Know that the universe understands that you're not going to be able to do everything perfectly. So cut yourself some slack in the month of November and just trust the speed. Trust that you can move faster than you thought was possible. So it's almost like in certain places, the universe wants you to accelerate. And that is going to come with saying no to certain things that are not making you happy. Again, going back to boundaries. Don't say yes in the month of November if you mean no. Because when the intensity of events is in place, or rather, when so many things are starting to happen all at once, it is up to you to be the one that helps you find the sanity amidst the chaos. Certain parts of November are certainly going to feel very chaotic. By the way, if chaos is an uncomfortable energy for you, that means that you are resisting a part of the feminine flow. Look into the feminine energies. Chaos is actually divine feminine in nature. So accept your own femininity, accept your own feminine parts, and accept the fact that the feminine sometimes is meant to come across as mayhem. And that is completely okay. And so allow yourself to be a little bit chaotic too. You don't have to have things neatly organized in the month of November. It's actually the month for mayhem and celebrating that and just feeling all the feels and, having a lot of conversations and being in the moment and understanding that you are exactly where you're meant to be and the universe is going to catch you. What are some of the other curses of the month of November? It's not really necessarily a good time to, or rather it's going to be really hard for you to stay in your own zone, to do a lot of introspection, because there's a lot happening and everything in the kitchen sink is going to be requiring your attention in the physical. It's almost like you are going to have to be present. It's almost like, think about it, like if you usually drive like 60 miles per hour, this is going to be 120 or like 130. And it's literally at 130, you really have to pay attention at what's going on the road. So that is how the month of November is going to transpire. But also just know that if you breathe and even allot 10 minutes a day for meditation, the external chaos disappears. And what you're able to find is the path of least resistance. And the path of least resistance is going to be trusting the universe in the month of November and knowing that it will catch you on the other side, even if it feels like you're falling for a quick second over there. The blessings of the month of November, and I feel like I have been talking about blessings all along in this video, but it's a really good month to savor your life. Because there's going to be a lot of positive tendencies, a lot of good energies are coming to planet Earth, including through the solar flares. And I know solar flares can get intense, but these particular ones are going to be gentle upgrades. It's like when you're getting a gift and you barely even had to work for it. Aren't those the best? So we're going to get a little bit of, we're going to get a few handouts from the universe. So that's beautiful. Other blessings, I said this before, but I'll say this again, very delectable heart energies. So it's almost like for big chunks of the month, you're going to be in a very, very good heart space. You're going to feel really, really good emotionally. It's almost like you have these warm fuzzies inside and they're like always just, always there, just reminding you that life's actually good. So a lot more people than usual in the month of November are going to feel like their life is good. They're happy with where they're at. They're excited about where they're going. They're excited with whom they're spending their time. So there's a lot of that just gratitude, I guess, coming through the collective consciousness. And yes, there are some times and some pinprick moments in the month of November where it's going to feel like you're losing control of the ship or you're losing, control of the steering wheel. And those are the times for you to lean into the happening instead of going into the resistance and into the defense mode, lean in. because the universe is going to be talking to you in the month of November through the events of your life. So check in with yourself. What is it that the universe wants to tell you? Be on alert because you are going to be surprised. And at the beginning, I also said it's the month of blessings. First and foremost, it's the energy blessings, right? A lot of things coming for us energetically, a lot of healing for the throat center, a lot of healing for the heart center, some really, really nice healing for the root. And don't we all need the healing for the root and our feeling of safety? All of that, all of these codes are coming through from the greater cosmos. You're going to receive some unexpected gifts, or just, some people are just going to do favors for you or help you out for no reason in the month of November. So it really feels like the great human family is coming together. And there's a little bit of the tribal culture vibe, meaning like it's going to feel like a lot of people around you care, like truly care. And it can be as simple as like the cashier at the grocery store kind of cares, the sales assistant at a store, or it could be, your coworker that never speaks to you. All of a sudden, there is like a meaningful conversation. And so it's almost like people are coming together and our connections are becoming stronger. So that is what I'm feeling for the month of November. Please let me know how you are starting to feel, especially if you're extra sensitive. I know that quite a number of you that are watching my monthly updates are starting to feel the energies up to a week before the month is actually here. So you started to feel the energies, drop it into the comments for me. And that's pretty much all that I wanted to tell you, although the request that I'm getting from the collective is, are there any good practices for the month of November? Anything like around self-care? Journaling is really good. Listen, I recommend journaling all the time. I'm actually working on a journal for you guys. That's not why I'm recommending journaling in this video, though. Because your throat centers are going to be activated, you may feel like communication is just dropping into your throat. And subconsciously or consciously, it's going to feel like this area of your body, the neck, may start getting stiff or tense. And you would notice that what really helps is communicating with people, talking specifically through your feelings and emotions, and acknowledging your emotion in the moment, acknowledging this is how I'm feeling, or this is what's, coming up for me in the moment. If you are not, one of those people that is extroverted and is excited about sharing every single thought that comes into your head with the rest of the world, then journaling may be a really, really good self-care practice. And especially if you're starting to get overwhelmed in the month of November, or if your throat center is starting to cause you trouble, journaling is really a good way to get out whatever dropped into your energy field, just getting it out and almost like clearing out, making room and making space for the new energies that need to come. That is probably going to be the best bet and the best self-care practice. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one, and I hope this video was helpful. Bye, darlings.